I'm not a big influencer at all, but I had my fair share of hate comments and I still do. I have developed some techniques that really help you and me to deal with hate comments, and I want to present to you practical tips on how to actually do it. Not the cliche of like, oh, just feel sorry for the person typing the comment because they are obviously in a bad place. I mean, okay, but how does it really help me? Can I actually do that? Because if I think about that person and be like, oh, I feel sorry for them, I'm spending time from my life thinking about the other person who just typed something really nasty. This particularly doesn't work for me, and I have some other examples of what works for me, and I'm gonna present them to you. First of all, I cannot not mention a comment from my YouTube channel, and to be honest, my YouTube channel has probably 95% of the time of all comments are super positive, and they usually say thank you so much and all that. So thank you for that. Basically 5% of comments on YouTube are offending me and insulting me. One of the comments on YouTube from my previous videos said, why don't you hold the microphone like this? This is not supposed to be used like that. And I hate how you talk. And they literally just like wrote me a comment under my video describing how I'm holding the microphone and they are irritated by it. And I'm like, I didn't make you watch this video. I didn't do anything. Like, you clicked on my video and you started watching it. And then you clicked on the comment section and you put the comment in. I mean, hello. Secondly, I can hold the microphone however I want to hold the microphone. And there's nothing you can do about it. And if it irritates you, I don't give a f***. So don't comment this kind of under my videos. Let's get to it. I have actually developed some technique that works to the point where I literally don't care if you comment anything. Not to mention that I just delete it. Even when you're a small creator, and essentially, especially if you're a small creator, you post a video or a blog or something, and one of the first reactions you may get is negative. I don't know why is that, but if people like something, like for example, on my LinkedIn, I have so many DMs and so many followers, and people just tell me how much they read my content and enjoy it, but I have like no engagement. If people like something, what they do is they stay silent. However, if somebody doesn't like it, they go and put the comment in. And that's why sometimes it feels like the first comments or the only comments you have are negative. But do not let this discourage you. So if anyone has called you like ugly, fat, stupid, I got all of that. Incompetent, old. Somebody commented on my video, don't say like, you're too old for that. And I'm like, what? It's quite amusing, to be honest. Anyway, you have a problem because you want to be present on social media, right? Because either you enjoy it or you promote your business or whatever. So you have to be on it, but there are so many people who just want to or try to ruin your day. So you have to read those nasty comments. It's very easy to delete it, as I said, but once you read it, it may actually hit you. So I'm going to go a little bit of psychology on you, okay? The bottom line is, and this is going to be kind of like a bigger issue or the bigger realization and the problem that you have to solve, is your inner voice. So you have to implement this in your life daily, no matter if you're on social media or not. If your inner voice is constantly harsh and then you go on social media and you see somebody commented something really nasty, this is going to explode in a bad way. And what I mean by inner voice, and we all have that. And this is what you have to heal. If you heal and fix this, it's all good. You go shopping, for example. Then you come home and you're like, oh my God, I'm such an idiot. I forgot toilet paper. That right there. Oh my God, I'm such an idiot. You go and buy yourself a piece of cake or something that you really enjoy, or you go to McDonald's. And then you're like, oh my God, I'm such a pig, Of course, I'm never going to lose weight because I'm eating so much and so unhealthy, right? Or you don't want to go to gym, so you skip the gym, and then you say, oh my God, I'm so lazy, All these things, it's our inner voice. That voice basically hates us, and we have to not ignore it. We have to change it and to be more kind to ourselves. So not only you're going to be kind to yourself, but you're also going to be kind to other people. But what other people will comment will not make you upset. Here's why. While some comments hit the spot, right? So your inner voice. If you say, oh my God, I'm such a pig, or I'm so lazy not for skipping gym, when somebody comments under your video and says, oh my God, you should lose some weight, it hits the spot, right? Because that's what your inner voice is telling you when you eat, when you overeat or whatever. Sometimes these comments are really, really nasty in a way that, from your perspective, if I go on YouTube and I see like a really beautiful woman and somebody writes in the comments like, oh my God, you're so ugly. So that comment to me is just a joke. But the creator, the actual beautiful woman, maybe she thinks, or her inner voice is telling her that she's ugly. For whatever reason, like we all have that. So when that person comments, oh my God, you're so ugly, she may actually believe that, right? And that's why it hits the spot. So once you fix your inner voice and you're more kind to yourself, because we're all human and we make mistakes, but you have to try, okay? You have to keep trying, and then you're gonna say, oh, but I'm trying, I do not let my inner voice to insult me. Hence, nobody who comments bad stuff is going to insult me. And that goes for any kind of area of your life. This is what you have to realize, and just make sure your inner voice loves you. So some comments need to be evaluated, right? So if somebody says you're fat or ugly, you have to realize, okay, is it objective or is it subjective? And then what do I think about myself? So if the answer is maybe it is objective, but I'm trying my best, then you can forget that person, because you know that you're trying your best. And that's what matters the most. So that person doesn't know you. The person commenting on your videos and saying, oh my God, your song is so bad, it will never be a hit, you will never be noticed by anyone, or you're so bad at what you do, just give up. That person doesn't know you. They don't know you. Only you know you, and sometimes you don't even know you. So if they comment some prediction or like, oh, you're so bad at this, give up. They don't know you. They don't know how much work you put in. They don't know how much you try. And they're not fortune tellers. So you can just ignore that. Of course, there are comments which are objective. If somebody tells me like, oh, your video is edited at a different volume level and I'm going deaf, then I have to check and see whether it's true. And if that person is hallucinating or, with their ears, then I'm just going to be like, you're stupid. But if maybe they're right, but you have to know which comments are objectively wrong. Things that we say and how we say things can be super annoying to some people. So they may say, oh, the way you talk is so annoying, I cannot listen to you. And then you're trying to change the way you speak. But that's wrong, right? Because there are so many creators who talk in a way that at first you would find it super annoying, and then you actually fall in love with it. And that's what makes them super popular in the end or in the future. You have to be yourself. And when people tell you, I don't like the way you speak, I don't like the way you look, why don't you dress up? Why don't you put makeup on? Why don't you make this prettier? Because this is me. It's me. This is me. I'm not going to change. If you don't like it, you can. That's it. I got one comment on YouTube, actually, one of my videos that went viral a couple of years ago. People said, oh my God, I hate how she says think. I didn't really say think. I said think all the time, with the F. English is my second language. I speak fluently English. It's so hard to learn another language on a level where you can speak fluently. So instead of appreciating it, the person just said, I hate how she says think. Maybe she could just say, or he, oh, by the way, your pronunciation is not perfect when it comes to this word. Because that comment actually helps me, to understand, oh, I should say it differently. But why the person said hate? So essentially, you cannot take it personal, but also you need to evaluate and say, okay, that person is right. The way they said it was wrong, but they are actually right. So now, if you say, oh my God, your pronunciation sucks, and I'm trying. Right now, I cannot do better. That's it. That's my response to that. So one of my clients received a comment, a really nasty comment on Facebook. And she said, I'm not posting videos on Facebook anymore because this was really nasty. She told me what the comment was. It was the only comment under the video. And this is why, because the video did not reach enough people. One person just wanted to, be the one to tell them, oh my God, you're so ugly and old and stupid. But I asked her, listen, do you think that comment is relevant? Do you think it's true? So first of all, beauty is subjective. So that's out of the question. Just like Freddie Mercury says, used to say on his concerts, this song is dedicated only to beautiful people, which means all of you. Okay, forget about ugly part, like that's ridiculous. So old, are you old? Well, technically kind of yes. You know, when it comes to spirit, when it comes to fitness, no, not really. And secondly, what's wrong with being old? Like, you have wisdom, you have achieved something in your life, you are, you know, a parent. Like, there's nothing wrong with being old. And there's nothing wrong with being called old. What's the big deal? Just delete that comment. Like, there's no problem. And another thing is, as I mentioned before, nobody is forcing anybody to watch your videos. It's not like you switch on TV and be like, oh, this was going on TV, so I was watching it. No, you clicked on something. Okay, even if you scrolled, you stopped and watched that video. You did not scroll away. So yes, you decided to watch this and then you decided to comment. And that's on you. Do not look for validation. Looking for a validation is a recipe for disaster, because if somebody comments, as I said, I have so many great comments under the video and everybody says like, oh my God, thank you for this tutorial. This is so good. This is so clear, and like all that great stuff. And I appreciate it so much, right? And if somebody tells me, oh my God, you're so beautiful. Great, thank you. So I do appreciate it, yes. However, it doesn't define me. So if somebody tells me that the video that I made is amazing, like, oh my God, this is so good, I'm like, oh yeah, validation, you know, I wanted validation. And the other person comments, oh my God, this video is so rubbish, like, it's ridiculous, like, it's just a waste of time. And then I'm like, oh, okay. So the problem is that good comments, you take it to the heart because it's good, right? So it's like, oh my God, this video is really good because this person said that. But then when the comment is negative, you also take it, right? So then you start doubting yourself. So the bottom line is you cannot be influenced by good comments, and then you're not going to be influenced by bad comments. So if somebody says, you know, it's great, it's amazing, you're going to be like, thank you, okay, thank you. You're not going to be like, oh yeah, validation. No, you know whether this video is great or not. Like, you know whether what you do and what you create is good or not. Okay, so you need to work on self-development, on your inner voice, on your opinion, objectivity. And you're going to look at it and be like, yeah, this video sucks, you know, you're right. And then you're going to laugh, or you want to make it better. Like, you need to know what you think and not be influenced by bad comments or good comments. When I started my YouTube channel long time ago, I was very bad at filming videos. And I mean, talking to the camera. When I watch back, I'm like, oh, this is so bad. However, I did publish it. I did record it and publish it. And I got some bad comments, but I thought, you know what? Like, I'm trying. I'm trying to build my business. I'm trying to promote my brand. I'm trying to speak different language. Your inner voice has to be kind to you. So when you publish a video and people will say, oh my God, I hate the way you speak, or whatever, you have to go back to your inner voice and say, well, I'm trying. What are you doing? By the way, I've put together an online course, how to talk to the camera like a pro. I've tried so many techniques and I put together techniques that actually work. And I have some exercises for you in there so you can improve speaking to the camera. Of course, I don't want you to change the way you are and the way you speak. But sometimes there is room for improvement, of course. So you need to keep your identity and your uniqueness, but also you need to know how to get the message across confidently. You can go to the description of this video to check out the link to the course. And by the way, if people are commenting and if people hating on you, that means you're doing something right. It's like in a hip hop world, right? Like, if nobody's hating on you, nobody knows about you. Hate comments are actually a good kind of sign that you're doing something right. As a bonus, hate comments is something that you really want, because every single comment is driving your video up in the algorithm. And that goes for YouTube, that goes for Instagram, TikTok, anywhere. If you have like 5 great positive comments, great. But if you have 10 comments and 5 are super negative and 5 are super positive, your video is going to be a little bit higher. As I said, I do appreciate negative comments as well. But if you spend half an hour writing something super negative on my channel, and it's like that long, I had that, trust me, half an hour writing at least. And me, I get a notification, I read the first sentence, okay, this is going to be negative, delete. Nobody read it, and it's gone in 1 second. And it took you half an hour to write that comment. Dude, You don't win on my channel. You can't win. It's my channel. I can delete whatever I want. So don't even bother. But if you do bother, please do, because it drives the algorithm. If you enjoyed this video, if it helped you, comment, share, like, subscribe. Don't be a hater. Subscribe.